Canada, 100,000 years ago. Hi, this is your host. This is part 10 of our series, exploring what the world would look like if humans never existed. Today, we're going to explore what Canada would look like 100,000 years ago. For reference, 100,000 years ago, Homo sapiens had only been around for about 200,000 years, and we would not make it to North America for another 14,000 years. So all of the land we're going to be talking about today would be completely uninhabited by humans. Let's start off our exploration by looking at the most recent ice age, which began about 115,000 years ago and lasted until about 11,700 years ago. During this time, much of Canada would be covered in ice. The Laurentide ice sheet, which would eventually become the Great Lakes, would stretch from the Gulf of St. Lawrence all the way down into the northern United States. The only parts of what is today as Canada that would be free of ice would be the very southern tip of the country, the area just west of Hudson Bay, and the coastal areas of the Pacific and Arctic Oceans. As the ice sheet slowly recedes over the next few thousand years, it would leave behind many of the Great Lakes we know today, as well as the vast boreal forests and the Canadian Shield. With the retreating ice sheet comes the return of the sea. As the land is once again exposed, new forests begin to grow across the country. Spruce, fir, and pine trees dominate the landscape, along with an understory of birch, maple, and ash trees. These trees would provide habitat for a variety of animals, including moose, caribou, deer, and bears. Wolves, wolverines, and lynx would roam the forests in search of prey. And Canada's iconic beaver would be hard at work building dams and lodges in the many rivers and lakes. Along the coast, the temperate rainforest would be home to black bears, cougars, gray whales, and orcas. The open tundra of the Arctic would be inhabited by musk oxen, reindeer, and polar bears. As the climate begins to warm, the forests move northward and the prairies begin to develop in the center of the country. Bison, wild horses, and camels would roam the grasslands, while herds of deer and elk would inhabit the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. In the far north, the Inuit would begin to migrate into the region, following the herds of animals across the ice-free Arctic. Over the next several thousand years, the climate would continue to warm, the forests would become more diverse, and the prairies would become even more expansive. By the year 1000, the landscape of Canada would look much as it does today. So, there you have it. A glimpse into what Canada would look like 100,000 years ago. A land of ice and forests, roaming animals, and the beginnings of human settlement. What did you think? Would you like to see more videos like this? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.